Name. What is the thing you cringe at when you see or hear yourself on TV? Emily?
Oh, God. Just like, I think when I'm, like at this moment, right now, yes.
Yes, this moment you're
cringing.
cringing.
Yeah, I think whenever I like do things like that, we're like, beep, 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 and then you make fun of me later, and then I'm like, oh, God.
You gotta stop letting people bully you. You're doing great, kid.
Thanks. Oh, hold on.
He doesn't mean
That's not going to help for Juan.
Oh, don't help me. You gotta stop letting people bully you. You're doing great, kid.
Thanks. Oh, hold on.
He doesn't mean
That's not going to help for Juan.
Oh, don't help her. Don't help her.
You got to keep her down.
Oh, okay.
I think it's great that they are walking the, or talking the walk, walking.
No, they're not.
Walking the, or talking the walk, walking.
No, they're not.
They're doing what they say to do.
That's baloney.
Mine would be, don't put off today what you can do tomorrow. No, don't put off tomorrow what you can do today, the opposite. And whether they can count on it. And I think that there was a caveat in that model also about voter turnout, and that's why it is.
By the way,
Election. Hello.
healthcare, paying for college, these are economic issues, and Trump's done nothing.
More important, Juan, caveat.
Caveat?
Caveat.
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 caviar.
Caviar.
There's that side to it. I do have to say that it makes sense that Darrell Murray spoke up.
What's his name?
There's that side to it. I do have to say that it makes sense that Darrell Murray spoke up.
What's his name?
The GM.
Darryl.
The GM. Yeah, exactly. Darrell. If any team is, he's also like the guy in a rom-com where it's like the star that everyone wants to put in the spotlight. But right next to him is someone like Buttigieg, for example, who speaks 8 languages and is a combat vet and has tons of specifics
What's
on
his
policies. Buttigieg?
Is that?
No, it's Buttigieg.
Buttigieg?
Is that?
No, it's Buttigieg.
That's what I
Buddha
said.
judge.
Booty judge.
It's what I said.
I thought she was saying
You
something
guys-
different.
Whatever. My point is that Bill, you know, it's like the husband and the boss. I do feel like it is not about you to this. And I feel like Kellyanne Conway is just trying to do her job.
Can I do that again?
Yes. Oh, I forgot I was going to put it on my hands today. And I just feel
Tomato
really,
should do.
yes, and I just feel really bad for her. And I feel like both of them, like she's the one that gets up every morning and goes to work, and then has to now be caught saying, "I love my wife, I support her, this is great." Like he could have
Like
been.
Carville and Madeline.
Right.
Yes,
Are
they
you
could
really
have been
sitting on
the
your
best.
hand?
Yes, I did a couple times ago too.
Yeah, because remember, dude, you mocked her for using her
So
hand.
now she's using
for everyone.
half a beta.
I started it. He's half of it.
You can do beta with one hand tied behind your back.
Yeah.
She took the party from defeat to disaster, and after she was basically kicked out of office, it was the greatest political defeat in history. So it's the pot tweeting the kettle or whatever. And also, yeah, I mean, these kinds of storms to politicize. I agree with you. I think there's a distinction between higher education being considered a public good and what would actually behoove us right now as a society, which is more trades. It's functional things. I mean, our infrastructure is falling apart. There's a lot more skill sets that would publicly behoove us, and I think that.
Behoove, you can't say it twice.
I was going to call her out on it.
Wait, did I already say it? I said it twice?
Yes.
Oh, God.
But I agree with you.
Do you ever hoove?
Here's my point.
You ever de-hooved?
Wait, I had one more point. That AOC reminds me of like the freshman in class that is such an ideologue, and it's so obvious she has no experience, and so she speaks in such overgeneralized terms and saying she's waging this public relations argument for no reason. And if you drill down, then you realize that she doesn't understand that costs are absorbed. Costs are costs. You can't just do away with them. You can't just expunge them, and you can't just argue semantics because you want to. Were you just falling asleep? Were you just closing your eyes while I was talking? Yes. God.
Let's get to the floor, Greg.
All right.
When I went to see, I just forgot his name, but you know what I'm talking about?
Who?
We talked about this. The guy who rants.
The guy who ran? Oh, the dude.
Yes.
The guy from Do the Right Thing. The tall, obnoxious guy.
Yes.
What's his?
You can do it. Anyway, my point is that he, for the first time he was doing stand-up in New York. This is a super successful comic, and I'll remember the name after this segment closes. And he said on stage, he didn't say anything political. This is a guy who is super famous for his anti-Trump rants. And he said on stage, I was warned by my comedian friends not to get political, and he didn't. And everyone was kind of like, then why did we come?
Yeah.
Like, that's the funny part. We can laugh at that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Michael?
Michael. Yeah, his first name's Michael.
Oh, God. Oh, look, no.
You know, This is really
This is riveting TV.
This is encouraging because I thought I was the old.
Oh, no.
You know, this is really
This is riveting TV.
This is encouraging because I thought I was the old dense one.
Yes, Michael Rappaport.
There you
got
go.
it.
All right. Stay right there. Fast as Seven's up next.
That's
Wait, I
right,
thought you
Dana's
said it
corny
was
joke.
Men's Laugh Day.
Ha ha ha. Get ready. All right. What did the march say to all the madness?
What?
What did the You're supposed to answer.
Answer the question. Yeah.
What did the march say to all the madness?
I don't know.
What's all that bracket?
That's a good one.
Where do basketball players get their uniforms?
Big and tall.
New
Jersey.
Oh.
Hey, way to go. Way to go,
Close. All right.
Jesse.
What does a hunter do with a basketball?
Shoot
Puts it
it.
towards the target.
He shoots it.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do basketball players get their coffee? Okay. Where do basketball players get their coffee?
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes. And the last one. What does a basketball player do when he loses his eyesight?
Bank
Shoot
it. I don't know.
something.
It sounded like her.
Becomes a referee. Excellent. All right, Juan.
All right.
4,000 people guessing her weight. This is her on the scale with the help of some fish treats, and she weighs a whopping 576.5 pounds, just a few pounds below
You should have asked us to
me
guess.
after.
I know, I was gonna say
Oh,
535.
sorry.
Yeah, you totally screwed that up, Emily. It would have been so much fun if you asked all of us, but no, you
Sorry.
didn't.
Okay,
How much
well,
do you weigh, Jesse?
I don't know. How much would you have guessed?
That's it for all of us. We're going to see you back here on Monday. Don't miss it. We're right here. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Pacifier in your mouth. And there, you look the same.
No, I don't.
That's exactly the same.
My face is not that fat normally. What are those cheeks? Oh, it's creepy. My face is not that fat normally. What are those cheeks? Oh, it's creepy. I think that's a creepy photo.
Oh, no,
Clearly.
that's fine. And baby. Oh, no, that's fine. And baby.